Well, we have got a lot to talk about right now. The country's going crazy. President Trump, along with the Supreme Court, has gotten rid of the Voting Rights Act, and that has caused a lot of states to go full gerrymandering, especially in the South. And now there might be a possible boycott in these states taking place. So this all started with radio personality D.L. Hughley, who came out and said that black athletes do not attend these schools in states that support Donald Trump and are gerrymandering to the point of erasing the black vote. And at first, it just seemed like a fleeting thing to talk about on radio, but it has grown legs as now the NAACP has joined in on that same protest. And they're asking young black athletes not to attend the schools that support in states that support Donald Trump in erasing the black vote. But can this work? I don't think so, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, Young people today say we are not our ancestors. That is correct. They are not our ancestors. Our ancestors had to do things that we could possibly never endure. In fact, we're here because our ancestors did endure these things. So let's think about what they did do. They had a boycott. They had the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955. It lasted an entire year where they would not catch the city buses. And this is when a time when people didn't have cars, so they rallied around each other. They had carpools. They did everything they could, but they were not getting on those freaking buses for a year until the city of Montgomery conceded, and they didn't have to sit at the back of the bus again. Can they do that today? No. Second reason why they can't do this is that this one is the biggest reason, the NIL and the transfer portal. Now college athletes are getting paid a lot of money, just like a pro athlete does, damn near. And why would they turn down money just because of some gerrymandering, Trump-supported issue? They're not going to do it. And I can't fault them for that. I mean, how do you tell a kid to turn down $5 million to go to Alabama? But there's another way. There is another way. How about trying just to boycott one state, one powerhouse school in one state that has some of the worst gerrymandering, that have eliminated all these black voting districts to curry favor to Donald Trump so he can keep his cronies in power. Just target one state and one powerhouse school and see how far that goes. That shouldn't be that hard to do. Because if you're good enough to get into a state school like LSU or Alabama or Georgia or any of the Florida schools, then you're good enough to get into UCLA or any Pac-10 team just as well. And I'm sure they'll pay you. They'll pay you your worth. But try one state. So let's take a look at some of the worst offenders right now. North Carolina. North Carolina is really gerrymandering right now. They've been horrendous. Louisiana. LSU is in Louisiana. Powerhouse school. There's a target right there. Tennessee. Tennessee is really big on this whole gerrymandering, let's keep Trump in power thing. Another target. University of Tennessee, the Tennessee Vols. And there's quite a few more on this list. Like I said, you can go to Florida and hit any of those schools because Florida has always been bad as far as support for Donald Trump and his cronies in Congress. So take your pick. Florida, Florida State, Miami, whatever. And of course, there's our all-time big favorite, Texas. Texas was the first state to start this gerrymandering race thing. And they tried to make more seats for Republicans in Congress and the Senate by disenfranchising black voters. So, yeah, Texas, take your pick. It's a big state, a lot of schools, but of course, there's always Texas A&M and University of Texas are the big ones there. And ironically, young people, do you know what all those states have in common? The worst offenders of disenfranchising black voters, what they all have in common? This. Yes, the Confederacy. A lot of the people in those states still support the Confederacy under the guise of heritage and that the war was never about slavery, etc., etc. So a lot of those schools have people in them that don't like black people, and they never will. They still support the Confederacy, the slave owning Confederacy. And so that's my challenge to you, young black athletes. This is not an all uncomprehensive list, but this is a challenge to you. You always keep saying we are not our ancestors. Prove it. Prove that you can be stronger than our ancestors. Go ahead and boycott one of these states. And they're not just the ones I've pictured. Pick one, any of them. Start with one. That's all you have to do. Start with one. Show them the power that you have. You showed that in Montgomery a couple of years ago. But it's not always about violence, and I do not condone violence. However, you showed something on that pier in Montgomery, Alabama, a couple of years ago. Now let's show it another way. Boycott gerrymandering states, colleges. That's all I have to say about that.